About 6 to 4, not too much, so.
Around 6 to 8.
I'd say like 3 or 4, sometimes 5.
5 horas. A good night, 5 hours. Probably like 6 or 7.
Probably like 10 or 12.
10 or 12?
Sleep deprivation exists anytime a person is receiving less rest than they regularly require.
You first sleep, you go into something called stage 1, and that's light sleep. So well, it's half awake and half asleep, so you could easily be woken up. Then it goes into stage 2, which is really light sleep. You're still easily woken up, and your heart rate starts to lower, your breathing lowers. And then it's stage 3 and 4, and that's considered deep sleep. And it's extremely hard to wake you up. And that's when your heart rate and your temperature all slows down. And then it goes back down to stage 3, and then stage 2, and then you go into something called rapid eye movement, which is when you're dreaming. And your brain waves and your heart rate is like you're awake actually, but you're not, you're sleeping. And then it goes like that for 6 to 7 cycles during the night.
Some of our students have children, and if anyone is raising an infant or toddler, they're going to be up multiple times during the course of a night. Child awakens, and if your sleep cycle is interrupted, it's going to impair the quality of the sleep that you have.
Well, it could be stress in your life right now, or it could also be a post-traumatic stress syndrome, so something from the past that happened that you're repressing that's causing you not to be able to sleep.
Many of our students have jobs that require they work late until the night.
Especially in teenagers, there's also hormone issues. So with a lot of hormone surges and everything, it causes you to not be able to sleep.
Sometimes it may be social activities that people are involved in that would also have them out very late at night.
Nodding off sometimes during the day, and they might be twiddling their thumbs or moving their feet a lot in order to stay awake during the day. And their eyes are tired. There might be bloodshot eyes. Eyes are puffy.
I think probably what happens most commonly as a result of sleep deprivation is that there's a sharp decline in the ability to concentrate and focus. It's kind of a hazy feeling that people have, kind of a might be nodding off. Think about that if you're sitting in a classroom and you're just kind of dozing off and you're not quite aware of it. Sitting in a classroom requires a high level of concentration. It affects the ability to learn, to concentrate, and to be productive.
In class, like, I'll fall asleep, like, not knowing it, like, I'll just be reading something or I'll just fall asleep eventually.
I get lazy, very lazy and tired throughout the whole day.
A lot more talkative. I usually am a little more animated, kind of compensating for my lack of sleep. I definitely can't think as clearly.
When I don't have enough sleep, I get a little bit too hyper. Depending on my mood, it's either I'm cranky or just like I just want to sleep and I don't want to talk to anybody.
When I need to stay up more, I drink coffee, chocolate, any sweets that I can get a hold on to. But you just gain all that weight.
Try not to drink as much pop, but the more I drink pop, like, the caffeine keeps me awake, so it's harder to fall asleep later on at night.
No, like, I might drink like an energy drink here and there, but coffee.
Like energy drinks, Red Bull, and such things to keep yourself awake, it's very unhealthy because you do need your sleep. I know people, use it to stay awake to study for tests, but after you get that high sugar level, you're going to start crashing, and that's extremely unhealthy. It actually doesn't really help unless if it's like maybe 4 hours of sleep, because the only time you really get rest is during REM when you're dreaming. So if you're only sleeping for an hour, you won't even get to the dreaming stage. It takes an hour and a half to get to the first dreaming stage.
Well, I try to get 8 if I can, but usually it's a 6 to 4, so 8 would be what I want.
A good 8 hours would be good. Good 8 hours.
6 horas.
6 horas?
6 horas. 6, 7 horas.
I got 8 hours of sleep last night.
About 7.5 hours a night. There's no real substitute for sleep.